So one of the cool effects which gets used a lot now by Hillsong and Bethel, and even in our church, as an effect unit on the keyboards, is the use of a delay. So what I want to talk through is how to use the delay effect, which is found over here. So it's the third, so not this one, it's the third one. It says delay over here, and how to use that function. So the delay, the effects units can be applied to the organ, the piano, or the synth engines, and there's a few parameters that you'll need to set up to effectively use the delay effect. So the first one is to apply it and turn it on. So we will turn it on here using this button here, and when you turn it on, you can see this whole section lights up. Now the way we have it set up on this keyboard and most of the programs that we have is first of all that it's set to a tempo. So with a delay effect, and I'll give you an example of an effect. If I play a straight piano and that's off, a delay effect will sound like this. So what you can see here is the sound repeated and fed back through on itself. And it can be a really nice way to fill out a sound and to create some space. But the first thing you want to have, you want to do is be able to set the tempo of what the delay is, and then you can set the parameters like what rate, how much delay sound do you have, and how much of it is fed back on itself. So the way most of our patches are set up is that it's set up to use the master clock, and you can tell if it's used the master clock because the light here is on. And if it's using the master clock, what it means is it's not using this tap tempo button here to tap in and find the divisions. What you use is the tempo button, which is set up here. So if you press the tempo button, now it'll show you the rate and it'll say 76. It's set at the moment at 76 BPM. So if I want to change that tempo to match the tempo from a click track or from the drummer, you press Shift and Tempo at the same time. And then what you can do then is use the knob here and adjust the tempo accordingly. And when we're in this mode here, the tempo is actually shown up here as well, and you can see it flashing. So I've got it set to 76. So to exit out of this, you press exit, you press the or the shift button again, and it's gone back out, and that tempo is now set. So that's the first thing that you have to do. Next is to actually set the rate or the tempo. Now the two main divisions that are used in our church are the quarter note division and the 1/8 dotted division. So the way it's set up is the rate tempo knob actually scrolls through various different divisions. So it starts at the half, and I'll give you an example. So if I play a chord that is up here, and the next one up there is the 1/8 dotted. So what you can hear is it fills out the sound a lot more and gives it a lot more of a tail. So there's different ways of using the different patterns. So for Cornerstone, with the dotted eighth, it sort of syncopates the rhythm and fills it out a little bit more. If I go to the quarter note, but if I'm playing quarter notes, you won't hear the pattern as much because the delay is repeated over the notes that you might have, you might be playing. So that gives you an idea of the divisions using this button here. Then the other two are really how much delay sound you have here. So if I turn it all the way down, you just hear the dry signal, which has no delay sound in it. If I turn it up to the mid, so it's half dry sound without any effects, and then 50% with the effects blended in. And then if I turn it up, it's all effects, which means you don't hear the first notes, but you hear the subsequent delay patterns. Now the other component which is really useful to know is this feedback component, and the amount of feedback effectively gives you how long the tail of the delay will be. So at this middle section here, 4, 5, there's about 3 or 4 repetitions before it dies out. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So okay, it's about 10 there. So if I turn it down to here, to 2, and do that again, there's only 2 repetitions before it dies out. If I turn it up to here, to around the 8 or 9, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. So it goes on for a lot longer. So what's important is to not let it carry on and linger for too long, otherwise it will get quite muddy. But neither do you want it too short, otherwise it doesn't really have the intended effect that you want. I should have mentioned as well, when you turn it on, you can apply it to the different synth engines, or the organ, the piano, or the synth. At the moment it's set for the piano. If you double click it, it moves it to the synth, again to the organ, and then back to the piano. So it's quite easy within a piece. If you have a section where there's a bit of piano fill, and then to be able to switch it over. And then turn it off again. So that's how you use the delay effect unit.